Hey guys, so much transfer updates from Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Manchester United, Tottenham, all in this video. Watch the video carefully from the beginning right up to the end. And if this is the first time you are coming across my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the thumb up to this video, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you turn the notification bell on so when next I post videos that are similar to this one, you'll be among the first people to see it. Summer transfer of these guys. Let's start with Real Madrid. Who is leaving Real Madrid? Who is joining Real Madrid? Who have joined Real Madrid? Who have left Real Madrid already? Get all of this in this video, right? You know, yesterday against Real Sociedad, Real Madrid gave their goodbye to Luka Modric, the most decorated club player of all time. That is the player in Real Madrid who have played more games, who have won more trophies with Real Madrid. Luka Modric spent 13 years in Real Madrid and he have achieved almost everything with Real Madrid. He is the most titled player in the history of Real Madrid, and yesterday he said goodbye to Real Madrid. He is no longer going to play with Real Madrid again next season, but he is going to participate with Real Madrid one more time, and that time will be in the Club World Cup. Anyways, we all wish Luka Modric all the best, and we are still waiting to see which club he is going to play in for next season, you get, because at this point in time, rumors are actually circulating that he might be joining Lionel Messi in the MLS. Not just in the MLS, he might join Inter Miami and play alongside Lionel Messi, Sergio Busquets, and Jordi Alba. Guys, tell me down in the comment section, what do you think can be the best option for Luka Modric after Real Madrid departure? And another talent who is the greatest coach in the history of Real Madrid, who have achieved almost everything with Real Madrid, also said goodbye to Real Madrid yesterday, and he is now named as the Brazilian head coach. He even published the list of his players, that is the international players that will be playing with Brazil in the next international break. So yesterday was actually a sad day for all Real Madrid fans. Even Lucas Vazquez, who played his 400th game yesterday, that is his number 400 game yesterday with Real Madrid, and that game was against Real Sociedad. He also said goodbye to all Real Madrid fans, because these are the two players, Luka Modric, Lucas Vazquez, are the players that have actually left Real Madrid. Even the head coach have left Real Madrid already. And who is joining Real Madrid? Who have joined Real Madrid? And at this point in time, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dean Huijsen, and Xabi Alonso are the names that have joined Real Madrid. That's a right back, a center back, and a head coach. And Real Madrid is also interested in bringing in Alvaro Carreras from Benfica. And at this point in time, nothing is certain if this guy is actually going to arrive, because the guy have actually said yes to Real Madrid, but the problem now is at the level of the club discussion you get. So maybe the club is actually asking for something that Real Madrid will not want to afford, but Alvaro Carrera said yes to Real Madrid, and he is waiting now for the final decision from his club. Guys, let's keep Real Madrid aside, because so many things are still going to happen in the summer transfer window, and take a look at the squad of the various, that is the opponent get, Barcelona. You get, Barcelona at this point in time is still dormant. They have not made any signing yet, but there are actually names on the table. A player like Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz are the two players that Barcelona is actually trying to see if they will get one of these players. But my problem with Luis Diaz is that what Liverpool is asking for is something that is just too expensive. 80 million euros on Luis Diaz to me is expensive. And if you are watching the video, tell me down in the comment section if he actually deserves that amount of money. Yes, Luis Diaz is a talent. Yes, I accept. Luis Diaz is very hardworking. I accept. He is always up. He always show up in big games. I accept. He is always physically available. I accept. But it's 80 million a good fee for Barcelona to go and pay and get this guy? And another player that I also like is Marcus Rashford. He's the one competing with Luis Diaz at this point in time, and we don't know which of these players is FC Barcelona going to get. But one thing I know is that if Barcelona goes for Marcus Rashford, they will pay something more cheaper than that 80 million that was paid for Luis Diaz. And if there is one information I can give the Barcelona board, like if I was to advise them, right, to get a player, if they want to sign a player for that expensive, they should go and get Victor Gyökeres. Why not Erling Haaland? These are the two players that they can get during this summer transfer window if they want to spend on getting an attacker. I think Victor Gyökeres scoring 39 goals in the Portuguese league, and he is having 58 points, 0.5 when it comes to European Golden Boot. You see another talent like Erling Haaland, though his contract with Manchester City is actually long. But I think if Barcelona wants to spend something this summer transfer window, right, they should go and get this guy. But anyways, let's leave the La Liga. Before leaving La Liga, what are your thoughts on all these players that are arriving in FC Barcelona, arriving in Real Madrid, and the players leaving? Because even Ansu Fati is set to leave Barcelona and join Monaco in the days ahead. He said yes to Monaco's proposal, and now it is at the level of Barcelona, Monaco, club to club discussion, right? When we learn and Manchester City discover that Manchester City is actually going to release so many players during this summer transfer window. Manchester City wants to get rid of so many players at the end of this season, and we are starting with Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne wants to leave Manchester City. I will not say he wants to leave. Manchester City wants to part ways with Kevin De Bruyne, and at this point in time, there is only one club that is interested in signing Kevin De Bruyne on free, which is Napoli. Napoli have already addressed a contract to Kevin De Bruyne, a contract that is going to last for 3 years. They have also proposed to pay Kevin De Bruyne 27 million euros plus bonuses in 3 years. And we all at this point in time are still waiting to see if Kevin De Bruyne is still going to listen to those offers. But at this point in time, it is only Napoli, that's the Italian champions, the Serie A champions, at this point in time that are interested in signing Kevin De Bruyne. And I think if Kevin De Bruyne join Antonio Conte in Napoli, then he is going to do extremely well. And maybe they might also win the Serie A again next season, compete well in European football. Let's just know what you think also about Kevin De Bruyne leaving Manchester City, because I feel like Kevin De Bruyne is still at his highest level. Kevin De Bruyne is still performing. Kevin De Bruyne at this point in time is still considered as one of the best players in the world, and I think leaving Manchester City can also be a solution to him, but not the best solution for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. And when you take a look at another player in Manchester City, discover that Jack Grealish was not even the squad lead to face Fulham today, and he have been placed in the transfer market. Which club is Jack Grealish going to play in for next season? Because at this point in time, Pep Guardiola and Manchester City does not count on this guy, and he is going to leave Manchester City for sure when the summer transfer window opens. And when you take a look at the rivals, that is the City rivals, Manchester United is about to get rid of all their players. Like, there's no player in Manchester United that I can call safe at this point in time, because Ruben Amorim wants to part ways with almost the whole squad. He wants to start a fresh journey. He wants to start a fresh squad with Manchester United in 2025-2026 football season. But before this, guys, you guys also have to know that Manchester United is not going to play any European football next season, because they are currently occupying the 16th spot of the Premier League table. They do not win the Europa League. Had it been they won the Europa League, they could have qualified. They could have automatically qualified to play the UEFA Champions League next season. But instead, Tottenham won the Europa League, and now they are going to play the UEFA Champions League next season. So no European football for Manchester United next season. And when you take a look at a player like Bruno Fernandes, which 2 months back, Ruben Amorim made it clear that Bruno Fernandes is untouchable. And now I can say that Bruno Fernandes is now a touchable player, because Al Hilal have come knocking. Al Hilal wants to get Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United. And you know what it means when a Saudi Pro League is coming to get a player from their club, because the salary proposals are sometimes tricky. Like, to reject their proposal is somehow hard. And imagine Manchester United losing Bruno Fernandes to Al Hilal. It is not going to help them in any way. I think Bruno Fernandes staying in Manchester United is not going to help him sportingly. It's not going to help him sportingly, even financially. But joining the Saudi Pro League is going to help him financially. But is that going to help him sportingly? Because at this point in time, to me, Bruno Fernandes is one of the best players in the English Premier League. I cannot name 5 players in the English Premier League this season and I don't name Bruno Fernandes. He is the best Manchester United player. He has been the best Manchester United player in the last 5 years, and at this point in time, he might be leaving Manchester United. A goalkeeper like Andre Onana might also be leaving Manchester United. Lindelof will be leaving Manchester United. Maguire might also be leaving Manchester United. And one talent, Garnacho, who can also be considered as the best young wingers. That is the best young wingers in the world at this point in time. Is also going to leave Manchester United. Reason being that he had a misunderstanding with Ruben Amorim immediately after that Europa League finals against Tottenham. I think To me, Garnacho actually deserve a playing spot in Manchester United. How can you start Mason Mount ahead of Garnacho in a crucial game like a Europa League finals against Tottenham? I think that's the reason why Garnacho is actually angry and he wants to leave Manchester United. Manchester United last season, I think that was around January. Sorry, it was still this season, but around January when the transfer window was open, Manchester United were asking for a fee of £55 million. And I think at this point in time, there is no club that is going to pay that amount of money because Garnacho have drastically dropped his statistics, his performance have drastically dropped. And the moment, I think that was last year, right? December, January, Napoli wanted him, Chelsea wanted him. At this point in time, no club have shown interest yet, but we all are still waiting because the summer transfer window is yet to be open and Garnacho is set to leave Manchester United. It is 100% sure Ruben Amorim is not counting on him for next season. Guys, if you are watching video, right, tell me down in the comment section, what do you think about Ruben Amorim? What do you think about his squad, Manchester United? Because there is nothing coming out, there is nothing that is good with Manchester United. I cannot remember the last time I saw a better team. I saw Manchester United play a top game from the first minute to the last minute. Remember, Manchester United went through the Europa League unbeaten until the finals that they lost a game to Tottenham. That was the fourth time they are facing Tottenham this season, and all of those games, they were all defeated in those 4 games. 4-3, 3-0, 1-0, 1-0. So I think it is high time Manchester United needs to do some modifications again. But removing Bruno Fernandes to me is not actually a key solution, right? And when we leave Manchester United, we leave Manchester City, you take a look at the Europa League champions, Tottenham, you discover that the best defender, Cristiano Romaro, might also leave Tottenham. His contract is going to expire in 2 years, and there are several clubs in Europe that are actually coming for this guy. Even last year, Real Madrid wanted him, and at this point in time, he wants to leave Tottenham, and I think Tottenham will not like to lose him because Tottenham instead needs to bring in more players to participate in the UEFA Champions League next season. Cristiano Romero was named the Europa League best player. That's just to tell you that this guy is not a player to joke with. He is a central defender, and I don't think he is a player to mess with. And when we leave England, right, we take a flight to the Bundesliga and discover that Floriant Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen has said yes to Liverpool. He said yes to Anslot. He said yes, he wants to play in Anfield next season. He said yes, he wants to play in the Premier League next season. And at this point in time, we are still waiting to see what Bayer Leverkusen and Liverpool will finally decide, because as for the player, he said yes to Liverpool, and now it is club to club discussion. A player like Jonathan Tah, who is the captain of Bayer Leverkusen, has also said yes to Bayern Munich, 4 years contract, but nothing is signed yet. We all are still waiting for that particular moment. Guys, if you are watching the video right up to this point, that is from Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, Manchester City, Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, that's the Bundesliga, La Liga, Premier League transfer updates. Tell me down in the comment section what you think about all these updates down in the comment section. And most importantly, I am open for corrections. As you can see, I am just from starting my YouTube channel, still very fresh. And tell me down in the comment section, guys, what I said that is not right, so I can get it corrected. What you actually think that I can do to get my YouTube channel perform better, and how do I do to get my YouTube videos get more and more interesting.